actually
Oh,
before.
for real?
Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcasting, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
TNT Cakes Creations and More, what we specialize in: red velvet and strawberry cheesecake, chocolate covered strawberries, custom baby boxes, custom signs, custom tees and sweatshirts, custom sports balls, graduation accessories, custom glasses and tumblers, custom license plates, heat transfers, custom office signs. TNT Cakes Creations and More. Give us a call.
This episode of the Big Flex Strongcast is sponsored by the Gym Animal Muscle Gang brand. If you're looking for some help reaching your health and fitness goals with one-on-one training, group training, meal plans, nutritional advice, and more, do you also want to look great while working out with the dopest workout apparel? Or t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, joggers, skull caps, tank tops, and more? Then visit our website at gamg.shop or email us at gamgpodcast7@gmail.com. Or we can also be contacted on Instagram or Facebook at Gym Animal Muscle Gang Fitness. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? It is the one and only, the GAMG, the Big Flex Strongcast, y'all, for episode 57. I am your distinguished host, John Q and this bitch. Say what's up to myself. Oh Oh shit, that's all perfect, man. It's like there's 2 damn claps. Ain't that a
Okay,
kick
my
in the
mic
crowd?
on now.
Yeah. All right. 2 claps. Sit to my right and shit. You know what I'm saying? Who do I have to my right?
I don't know if I'm as distinguished as you, but
Oh, get the fuck.
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to myself.
This is Down Snipes, y'all. You know what I'm saying? He say myself.
Yeah.
Shout out to myself, which is Down Snipes. And coming on next down the line, say it's not last, but say not least for sure. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. It's the pretty baby princess, Latoya Deshawn. Let's go.
Latoya up in the building, y'all. Once again, of course, say back behind the boards and shit is Dr. Ruckus. Say what's up. Hey, look, say Dr. Ruckus. Say what's up, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
We gonna put Latoya in between me next time. I don't want no chicks calling up here like that one time, feeling like we being biased and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they make the girl go last. Like, I don't even want to hear that shit.
No, so look.
I don't always know last, though.
Nah.
Tell them bitches mind their business.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We said bitches.
Oh, sorry. It's a
That's
family
all,
show.
yeah. I don't know
My
if it's a
bad.
family
Yeah, we
show,
got
but
old motherfuckers in the family. So shit, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So once again, y'all, welcome back to the episode. This is episode 57. So once again, this is where gym conversation meets podcasting, y'all. So when you step on in, y'all know what I need y'all to do. Flex that emoji up in the chat, and also say like, share, say this episode and many more out. You know what I'm saying? And subscribe if you haven't.
Don't forget
All
to
right.
subscribe.
All right, pass it. Pass it along. You know what I'm saying? Like some of that good ganja or something. You know. All right. So how was y'all strong in, man? What y'all end up doing this strong in?
well,
So the time that we got together, so we had night Friday, did a little bar hopping, ended the night at my cousin owns Club Toxic on 7 Mile. Shout out to him.
Okay.
And his
All right.
club, it's a lit spot, and he do after hours. So,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
if you're out late and you're not ready for the party to end, it's
Say
a safe
club,
spot. His
say
security
club
is on
Toxic.
point. Yeah.
Okay.
But we had a good time. Like, my cousins is clowns.
Okay. All right.
So we
Shout out
we
to
had
the
a good
clown
time.
cousins. All right.
Shout out.
Yeah.
It was a good time. And then Sunday was just more of a like, all right, get back to center, you know, get back to relaxation and getting ready for the week. So it was a chill Sunday. But yeah, it was a good weekend.
All right. What about you, Snipes?
shout out to my godson Harper. I went to he turned
Shout out.
He turned 5.
5. Oh, that's
Happy
my number right
birthday,
there. You know what I'm
So
saying? That's,
he had a
happy
little
5.
birthday party. You know, we got fellas and all the young ladies. We got together, celebrated. And then let me see. I was a part of a short film directed by Jeremy Brockman, who's a phenomenal director of photography, cinematographer, however you want to label him. But you know, he's a real talented cat. I got to work with him. Another up-and-coming actor, Antoine Jackson, in this film. So it was kind of cool, man, just vibing out with my people.
Okay.
And then let me see. Outside of that, I did some Qigong this weekend. So
Some who?
Qigong.
Educate us. Educate us.
Qigong, however y'all want to.
Yeah. Explain what that is.
I'm just gonna say that to sum it up, if you've ever seen
Sound like
like Asian people, like you usually
Stretching
see some
your
of the
balls or
some of the elderly people, right? They'll go out and they do just body movements. It looks like a more kind of fluid movement.
Okay.
So there are different versions of it, but the one that I practice is it's basically like a moving meditation.
Okay.
All right. It's a way to get movement in the body, stimulate energy in the body, and do breath work at the same time.
Okay.
All right. So it's just kind of fun. I like to kind of change it up because sometimes I tell everybody, like, if you are into meditating, you know, sometimes meditating, you just may have them days where it's just like, I need to do something different.
Yeah.
And so doing that allows me to just kind of change up my modality of how I meditate. So yeah, it's actually kind of cool.
Man, hey, look, for a minute I thought you was about to say something crazy like, yeah, you know how you gotta meditate and stretch your balls or something.
Yeah, no, I was in, and then I would kind of keep that to myself if I.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to share it, stretching my balls with with everybody that's
We
listening.
don't want to tell a lot of church business.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I don't know.
And then I think my mama might be listening tonight.
Hey,
You know, I think money on her, and so close your ears,
Hey,
money.
look, I was about to say she already know how you do.
Yeah, well, no, you know what? Anytime I go down to the A, funny story. So I always go out and because I mean, you know, shit, it's warm. I'm getting some sun. But one of the last times I went down there, her neighbor, I was just sitting out because she stays in front of a little cool little man-made little lake. Okay. So I'm sitting out there, I'm just enjoying the sun, and her neighbor call her and say, "Hey, do you know it's a guy sitting on your grass? You know, just out there in the sun. He just got some shorts on." And my mom like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I know something like that? But it was just kind of weird, you know. He felt like he needed to call her. And then I saw somebody open the door, close it, and then about 10 minutes later, they came outside and just decided they need to sweep while talking on the phone.
Should have been like, man, if you don't get on with your looking ass.
It's all good. Listen, we don't have to stare at people when they outside in nature just trying to, you know, do their thing. But it's all good. I've gotten to the point now where, you know, I'm just used to it at home. I'm going to go out there, do my thing. I think that if we focus too much on what everybody else thinking, we'll never do shit. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Was there a time where it was a little... You know, I'm not gonna say I felt embarrassed, but it was just like, man, this is kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll admit, I'm outside. I'm doing this movement that you're not used to seeing. Look like I'm auditioning for the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like one of the movements is to just like take your arms and do a big scoop, but while you're like squatting down and then come back up, and every time you bring your hands up, you
we do that in yoga.
take a nice deep breath, right? But you got like cars riding past and then they like,
what the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and you know if it's 50 degrees. I'm only wearing shorts. Yeah. I'm not putting on nothing else.
Oh yeah,
you know that kind of put
like
me
a crazy person for sure. You know, when we was younger, if we had rolled past somebody like that on our bikes, we would have been like, "Look at that crackhead."
Look at this.
Pretty much. Yeah. So now I just stay focused. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, look, my strong end, man, it actually started on Thursday. Shout out to Jafar at Jafar Fitness for his birthday. He had us come down there to Willis Show Bar on 3rd Street. So that was pretty good.
I've never been there yet. I heard it's lit.
Yeah, it's nice, man. You know what I'm saying? A nice little setting and everything. They have set up to where a band can play and stuff like that. So it's really, you know, predicated to people that drink and stuff like that and just enjoy themselves. And so that was Thursday. Friday ain't do too much of nothing. Saturday, shout out to my cousin Sherry for turning 35. So we went out there to celebrate her 35th birthday and stuff like that with her and the family and stuff like that. And then yesterday, we actually, me and the wife and Black Dre, we went out to go support Angie B, a.k.a. Midnight from, say, Cast Iron Cornbread Band. She actually had an opening for a restaurant that she's opening up and stuff like that. I think it's the production is called Why Not Tony's or something, but it was like a buffet style.
Yeah, food was good.
Food was slapping. Yeah, she had some gumbo. She had some.
Are those glasses new?
Yeah. You said these glasses?
Yeah.
No, these same ones. I gotta get some more. I mean, I got a couple, but yeah.
Nah, bro, I don't think I seen him. He looking extra cool and shit today.
Right, he killing it today.
No,
it must be.
That's y'all trying to make it up for the one little class shit earlier. I get it.
It must be the energy making the glasses stand out more.
Maybe that's what it is.
Thank you.
I'm like, is this looking extra cool and shit.
Well, thank y'all. But yeah, shout out to Angie B. You know what I'm saying? Sis, hey, she put it down. So make sure y'all go check her out. She's on East Warren. It's really pretty much like Casual in 94. So, like I said, the place is called, or the production is called Why Not Tony's. look into my actual Facebook page on the group page. I have the address and everything. So every Sunday she has a buffet style. So it's gonna the menu will change each week.
Rotate.
So rotate stuff like that. So she's gonna be having other stuff going on other days and stuff too.
So wait,
said, like,
food plus performance?
Yeah, she will be having performances and stuff like that. So like I think on Tuesday she said that she was gonna have karaoke. Friday, I think it was going to be a DJ and something else, and so she's trying to work in like different days.
Yeah,
stuff
like because I want to know that she performed this Sunday.
She didn't perform this Sunday because she actually cooked. You know
I got so she's probably wore the fuck out.
Yeah. But like I said, the food was slapping, so definitely check her out. You know what I'm saying? And support y'all. All right, y'all. So I guess I'm gonna go into this Q's big flex story real quick, y'all. So you got the flyer up. Maybe not. If not, don't worry about it. But we're going to give a huge flex out to Deanna Neely, who is the business owner / founder of an electric contracting firm called Detroit Voltage. All right. So Detroit Voltage just landed, say, a $100,000 deal with DTE for the most part to install electric vehicle charge stations. So her company is all black. And she's like one of the first to actually have a company and run it as far as contracting. So what she also does is it provides services as far as the residential, commercial, and government projects and stuff like that. So she's out of here, and check her out. You know what I'm saying? To support y'all. So
Denise Neely.
Deanna Neely. Shout out to Deanna Neely doing her damn thing, doing the big one. Yeah. I love to see it.
So, hey, look, everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Throw them emojis up, the arm emojis. You know what I'm saying? Flex it out for her. You know what I'm saying?
Love that for her.
All right.
I don't even know her, and I'm proud of her.
Yeah, just proud of her. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be trying to say some stories and stuff like that to give it up to people, you know what I'm saying, that deserve, say, good recognition, for doing some good things instead of,
And exploring some new industries.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of times people assume that a lot of melanated people aren't into the tech and all that other kind of stuff, but man, we always floating around.
No, we be
somewhere.
getting sabotaged a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes and shit when you can make your way in somehow, you know what I'm saying? Make your way in, create your way in, take your way in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. You know.
Kudos to Miss Neely.
Yeah. All right.
For sure.
All right, y'all. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and get into tea time. Tea time with Toy. What you got?
Don, you got a motivational moment for us first?
What you want to do?
Listen, my motivational moment is learn how to be kind.
All right.
That's it. I noticed that it has become a little overly excessively normal to be with the shits.
Unkind. Yeah. Unkind. Yeah.
All right, and many of us, when we get into a disagreement with someone, folks is arguing about who right, who wrong. But in the middle of all of that, I noticed that a lot of people choose not to be kind to one another.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what I would say to you is think about, during the course of your day, how often do you make it a point, and are you intentional with trying to make an effort, or with making an effort to be kind to someone else?
Yeah.
That's it.
To add on to that, though, you know what I'm saying? I will say this. It's okay to agree to disagree. And just let it be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of times. A lot of times people be feeling I'll be fine. And nowadays, if you disagree with somebody, you hate somebody. It's like, no, I just disagree. You know what I'm saying? I have a different opinion. But now, it's almost to say, like, people want to shame people for if you're not agreeing with who they like all the time or something like that. And it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I do have my own thought. Like, I do have my own thinking. You know what I'm saying?
And you can be kind about it.
And you can be kind about it.
You can be kind about it.
Definitely. You know what I'm
So be kind. That's all I have to say. We're going to just keep it short and simple. Find a way to be intentional about being kind to someone. Just period. Yeah.
Hey, clap that shit up there. All right. Tea time. Come on.
Time. I wanted to let Don
Like
go first because
sunshine.
mine might be a little lengthy.
Oh, no, that's good.
So today I want to talk to the parents about mental health in our youth. I was very intentional, or I tried to be very intentional when I was raising my kids, right? I saw a lot of talking at your children opposed to talking to your children when I was growing up. And so I was very intentional in raising my kids with having an open two-way dialect and talking to them and even being able to apologize to them when I was wrong. And I recognize with them now being adults that they are very easy to apologize, like to recognize their faults, to recognize their wrongs, to redirect when their intentions aren't where they should be. But not only that, my kids can hold conversations with anyone because I allowed them to hold conversations on every level, age appropriately, opposed to just do what I say because I told you to do it. The other reason why that's so important is because it teaches you how to read your children. And we have so much mental health disease going on right now and affecting our children. And the parents aren't seeing it. They're not recognizing it because they're not talking to their kids. They're in the same house, but they're not having open conversations on a day-to-day basis. Like, they'll be like, oh, teenagers just go in their room and lock themselves in the room and talk to their friends or play video games. My teenagers play video games as well. However, it was mandatory that when I got home from work, while I was in the kitchen cooking, we were all in the kitchen together talking. We all sat down and ate and talked at the dinner table together, and then we all went to our separate corners. You have to create that time and build that time. You only have your children at home with you for a limited amount of time. And if you don't build that relationship while they're in the house, they're going to be gone, and you're going to be so disconnected.
You say good luck and shit if you don't build that foundation.
If you don't build that foundation, and you got kids overdosing and killing themselves and just so much going on because the people that live in the house with them aren't paying attention. Pay attention, question, and don't accept it's nothing for an answer when you know it's something. But start when they're younger so that they're comfortable with telling you when it's something. We have to really start respecting our children. And I don't mean giving them complete autonomy to just flip off at the mouth. That's not what I mean.
No, you can't do that.
Just teaching them that they can have feelings. That's the key part. They can have feelings. And it is a respectful way to communicate those feelings.
To express themselves.
To express themselves. Give them a safe place to express themselves. Catch the stuff early, pay attention. And if you can't help them, get them help. If you can't afford to get them help, find somebody in your camp or somebody around you to talk to them and help them.
All right, clap that shit up. Yeah, I'm going to say you might keep it going for a second. There we go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right.
Our youth is our future. We got to take care of them. I don't think we're taking care of them the way we should be.
Definitely. You got to. You know what I mean? All right. Teach them up, y'all. Teach them up. That's all I'm going to say. All right, y'all. So, look, we're going to go ahead and get into these topics real quick. We kind of got a lengthy one, like you said before. So, I do have one here. Let me get y'all say opinion about this one. So this one, I'm going to start off with this IG story real quick. So it says, husband is filing for divorce because wife is dirty and doesn't clean the house. So it says, is this husband wrong for, wanting to get a divorce? And then I'm gonna ask y'all, what would be some deal breakers? You know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship, if you're married and stuff like that, that you would really call it quits. You know, for example, it's not cleaning up for one, like this couple here, right? Talking too much, you know, hanging out too much. Somebody that smothers you, you know what I'm saying? Don't give you some space. Somebody that lie too much, that's for damn sure. Shop too much, complains too much. Somebody that never apologizes, like we was just talking about. You know what I mean? You know, what is some I would say red flags or some of those you know, some examples, you know what I'm saying, that you feel like, hey, if you get down to it, hey, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? What y'all, you know, was he wrong? Let me ask y'all this first. Was he wrong? Is he wrong for wanting to get a divorce from his wife or whatever? That's pretty dirty and shit. And don't want to. Did
they give any context to this story? Like, did he say that he made an effort to clean house?
So it was just like a little short, little story. Yeah,
because
you know what I'm saying?
I
It was
can
just,
speak
you know,
to that because
so I
I've
just
actually been following them on TikTok.
Okay.
See, it's the tickety-tock. You
Yeah,
can learn
yeah.
some interesting things on the TikTok.
Yeah, it is Instagram and TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been following this story on TikTok, and he did make some effort to clean up. Mm-hmm. And a couple of days later, the house, the room, it's like she's allergic to being in a clean space. The story is crazy.
Like she got to saying that she was pregnant or something. And
yeah.
It
oh my gosh, the story is crazy. I think he is absolutely justified in wanting a divorce. This man goes to work and works hard every day. And it's not like they don't live a lavish lifestyle or anything like that. I can't say he bankrolling, but he going to work and he paying the bills. And she works too, but from his videos and her videos, she's making the mess.
Yeah.
Like, she's eating in the room and throwing stuff under the bed, leaving stuff all over the floor.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She was eating, like, sunflower seeds in the bed, and he comes in, and she's asleep in the bed, and there's just a pile of the sunflower shells on the bed next to her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's roaches in the house. Like, the chick is just nasty. He is definitely justified in...
Yeah, that one right there, you gotta get the fuck out.
Divorcing her.
Yeah,
and you can see like the progression on TikTok of him asking her, like, just clean up behind yourself. I'm not saying clean up behind me. I'm just clean up behind yourself.
Yeah.
It's just him and her?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's filthy. That's nasty.
Yeah, no, actually, I think they might have a child or children in the house. They never show the children on.
Yeah, I didn't see any children.
They never show the children on the videos, but it seems like there might be children in the house because I do believe I saw some dirty diapers or something in one of the videos. But either way, even if it's not, like, that's just, don't nobody want to come home to that. I can't sleep if my house is dirty. I have to clean my house every night.
Yeah.
Because it just disturbs my mind knowing, oh, there's cups in the sink.
Yeah, see, now I can't do that either. Like, go to bed with, like, dishes in my sink and stuff like that.
I don't know how people sleep. Like people do laundry and they leave their laundry on one side of the bed and they sleep on the other side of the bed.
Oh, hell no.
How is your mind at peace if there's just shit all over your room?
I don't know. That not being organized and shit is kind of... Yeah, that's a trigger for me.
Some of this shit to me sound like, you know, that attention is the new drug type shit.
Yeah, of course.
Because this story sounds fucking off to me.
Yeah.
Like,
but I will say this though. I mean, and I just think about that. It is people in these relationships and shit. You know what I'm saying? That are fucking like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the only reason why I wanted to bring it up. Like, you know, and then too, like I said, what will be, say, a good example or something that will have you to the point where it's like, oh, hell no, I can't. You know what I mean? If you already, like I said, you dating somebody, you married or whatever, and it's like, this person do this thing that I can't fuck with. You know what I mean?
I think for me, that's an easy one, and that's just your own personal hygiene.
Yeah. Can't be no stinking something.
With the exception of, you know, maybe...
B.O.
No, you know, it's not even about that. It's just about when you get to the point where... Because here's my deal, right? you're gonna have moments in life where, you know, you have some highs and you have some lows, and I feel like in the event that maybe you in that space, you know, understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna allow you some grace, but now that grace period ain't gonna last too long. You know what I'm saying? And here's the deal, right? I'm even willing to say that before it even gets there, all right, like if I'm your partner, I'm gonna step up and say, I might pull up on you with that bucket in that water, like come here, fuck this.
Get your funky ass in this tub.
That's so nice.
Yeah, let me get you together.
That's so nice.
All right, but now after that, you know, in other words, because I feel like nowadays, right, we got to remember, and I think we talked about this one time, there are many people that maybe physically on the outside, they appear to be adults, but they just older children.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not even saying that in a fucked up way, right? I'm saying that from a mental and emotional standpoint, they haven't really matured, and that's okay. It's no judgment, all right? I don't know what they've been through and all that kind of stuff, but what I can say is I think that moving forward, all right, just being solution-based, I think that, you know, you mentioned, like, having respect for kids. The first thing that came in my mind is you can't give somebody something that you don't have. So we must model behavior, right? I had somebody that I was in a long-term relationship with, and one of the things that used to come up was, hey, if I'm not doing something or you not doing something, why don't we set the standard so that we show the example of cultivating what we want to create? All right. And so again, if maybe you got a problem and you didn't cease to work on your hygiene, I'm gonna go ahead and set the example. Let me get you together. Hey, this bath water ready. Get you this Epsom salt ready. Mr. Bubble in this month. I put some Dawn in here to get that grease up off your ass.
Dawn in here.
You feel what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck I gotta do.
You said a rubber ducky.
I'm saying that it's.
You said put a rubber ducky in there.
It's easy to criticize somebody when they not doing something that we may consider a deal breaker. Yeah. But I think that, you know, before we get to that point, let's make sure that we become a part of the solution, so that now we can really assess, like, yo, is you being a trifling motherfucker,
or
just
ain't
a cry out for help?
Yeah.
Because some shit be a cry out for help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And however they do that is how they do it. But sometimes people really be needing some help and they don't know how to say that or express that other than to do some stupid shit. Yeah. And that's just what it is. Yeah. But you got to keep your ass washed.
All right. Hey, look. Hooray for clean ass.
Facts.
What about you, sis?
That's definitely, I would have to agree with Don on that.
Yeah, I think that's a 3.
Your personal hygiene is definitely important. Cleanliness overall is important to me. The person I'm with doesn't have to be the cleanest person, because I will clean up, but then you need to show some appreciation for the fact that I cleaned up.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it's lying. Okay. I cannot stand a liar. Oh my gosh.
Lying for no reason.
My grandmother made me that way. Yeah. My grandmother made me that way. She used to say, I can't stand a liar, because if he lie, he'll steal. If he steal, if he lie, he'll cheat. If he cheat, he'll steal. If he steal, he'll kill. Yeah. Don't let him get to the last part. Yeah. So I think that's just been like ingrained into me as I was being raised. But I cannot stand a liar. Yeah. Just tell me the truth. I can handle the truth, and we can work through the truth. If we're dating and you're interested in somebody else, just tell me, because we can work through that. Cause
give me my choice. Let me have my
let me have my choice. Are you interested in this other person because I'm not giving you something? Yeah. Then let me decide if I'm capable of giving you that, so that we can work it out. Yeah. Or are you just interested in this other person because you're a greedy bastard and nothing is ever going to be enough? But then in that case, give me that choice of saying, okay, I don't want to participate in that game. Yeah. But yeah, it's a liar for me. A liar in personal hygiene. I'm
going to say that, just speaking from my own personal experience, when when there was a point in my life where I would be lying and not saying certain shit to the person who I was in a relationship with. I initially was just like, yo, it was two things. I realized that you got people who lie to fear, and then you got people who just lie because they be on some straight up bullshit. All right, and it took me a while to be like, all right, what's the issue that I'm having with this person? And for me, there was a time where I literally felt like, yo, this is not a safe space for me to have certain conversations with you, right? Yeah. All right, but again, that's still putting it on them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so we would get into these conversations that turned into this fucking mental chess thing where they would be talking to me and omit certain shit because they would want to see what I'm going to say, and then I'm fucking frustrated with something that's going on between us, and I don't really want to be transparent with them, so I'm omitting shit and not saying certain shit. And it really just became this ball of mess that was, you know, just extremely embarrassing. It was one of those things where it was just like, yo, we've lost the genuineness and the friendship that we have in our relationship because we constantly doing this kind of thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I decided one day, you know what I'm saying, later on, something was just like, yo, like I felt so bad. I was just like, yo, I gotta get this shit up off my chest. I called him up one day and was just like, yo, we're gonna have a conversation. Every motherfucking thing that was ever discussed, you got a question?
Stay on that table.
Not a time I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I needed to have that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like kind of freeing in that moment. But again, I would say just from me personally, when you're talking to somebody and you feel like it's a safe space to talk, and you feel like you can be open and honest, and you guys can talk to each other with some respect, the conversation gonna go different. All right. The only caveat to that I'm going to, because a lot of people gonna say, okay, yeah, I would do this if. The only thing I'm gonna say is what I took away from that experience was, even if the fuck it ain't no safe space, still keep it 100, because you're gonna open up some things that may need to be revealed. Because here's the deal, right? I have people that I know, some married, some divorced, and they literally say, I can't tell this person this because if I do, it's going to be a problem on some type of level, right? And these people with all kind of different backgrounds, and again, they don't necessarily consider that lying. I think sometimes when we do that, we lie to ourselves. You either tell them the fucking truth or you ain't. All of that. Well, I'm left out this one part, or I'm omitting that, or the thing that really used to get me was, when you're having a conversation with someone and it's understood where you two stand with each other, but they're still saying things, and then they'll come back to you later and say, well, you didn't necessarily ask this, so I didn't feel as though I needed to share. And it's just like, wait a minute, motherfucker, what do you mean you feel like you, because if you ask me this, like, you know what the fuck you would want me to say.
It's a different form of it. And it's a different form of lying by omission. So I partially agree with you saying, like, the onus is on you to just be open and honest. Partially. And let me tell you why. Just understanding men and women and the position that we both hold in a relationship and in the household when you're married. Because women are the more emotional, more vulnerable beings in the relationship. I really feel like it's up to the woman to set the tone and create the safe place in the house and in the relationship for that. Men are not raised to be vulnerable. Men are not raised to be open. So it's already hard for them. So you have to, as a woman, set the tone on that note by being vulnerable, being open, being honest, and being an open ear without nagging or constantly giving pushback and feedback. And when I say pushback or feedback, I mean that in like a negative manner of
like just to actually listen and understand, and not to listen
it's
to
the
respond.
Listening to understand.
Hold on, I got one thing I want to add to this too that I didn't say. When I think back on the relationships that I had, the majority of the time where I shared something extremely intimate about myself, that maybe it was something that I found troubling, or it was like a rough patch in my life, or whatever the fuck was going on, that shit got thrown back in my face. And I look right now. That's I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced that?
Fuck yeah.
And let me tell you something, right? And see, this is not making any excuses. I appreciate what you said, but it was another one of those. That's the variable in this all that I think a lot of people don't understand. A lot of men, oftentimes, when you sit and talk to us, will say, I remember I shared this. Yeah. And later on, when it get repeated back to you, oh my goodness, you hear some of the
like, God damn, man. You know, I said this shit in confidence.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I know men who have said, hey, listen, right now emotionally I'm going through my stuff, so that career might have took a little hit. Yeah. All right. I know men who have been going through stuff health-wise. So from a sexual standpoint, they might not have been feeling at their highest point. I know men who have been going through just personal issues in terms of their own self-esteem, and to even mention something like that is like, you bitch ass nigga. Yeah. Flat the fuck out. So then, right, it's this thing, right? And again, I learned this from learning about children and just trying to be a better father, but the way that a person responds to you, oftentimes, especially this what children do, it's a survival tactic that children, it's like a fight or flight thing. When a child comes to us, the way that we respond to them, it lets them know if they can be honest with us. Because after a while, they learn to pretty much say whatever you want to hear so they don't get in trouble anymore. I'm grown, so I don't want to make no excuses, but I'm just going to say that there was a time in my life where pretty much I'm going to say what I need to fucking say just to survive and within the realm of that relationship. And again, it's not something that I'm necessarily proud of, but it's something that I had to learn about myself, because in the event that I wanted a certain outcome, you going to get whatever the fuck answer that I gave you at that particular time. But I'm just saying, and the only reason why I'm saying that, I feel like the onus is on us, because I feel like at the end of the day, just period in life, when we are faced with obstacles, certain things are going to reveal themselves to us, and they're going to reveal things about us. All right. And there was a time where one day I looked up and was just like, man, why the fuck did I say? You know what? Fuck this.
Like, I shouldn't even say
this. This is who I am.
This is why I would.
This is how I feel. If you like me, love me afterwards, let the fucking chips fall where they may. Because I honestly didn't want to lose this person's love. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like with a lot of people, when you dealing with a person like that who may not necessarily create a safe space, and again, this is not a blame game, but if you're dealing with somebody where you necessarily don't feel like the space is safe for you to have open dialogue and transparent dialogue, you can actually create a fucking monster. Because now if you switch some shit up on their ass, they're going to be looking at you like, wait a minute, who the fuck am I dealing with? Yeah. And to me, that's where we have to take some responsibility and accountability for how we were expressing ourselves and being open and honest. Because the first person that you got to fucking be real with and honest with is yourself, your damn self. Definitely. And sometimes we be real with ourselves, but we don't have the courage to be and we don't have the wherewithal to look the person that we love in their face, because we fear we gonna lose that love. And it's like, yo, dig this. If that's what it's gonna be, then that's what it's gonna be. Maybe you're not the person for me.
Yeah. All right. Clap that shit on up. I'm just gonna add into the last thing. Say lying and BO and shit like that. Cleanliness. It's just a person and shit that lacks accountability and responsibility. You know what I mean? So that's part of the lying and stuff like that too. But yeah, I mean, if you can't even, be real with yourself, like you said, and know who yourself is and stuff like that, that's definitely going to be a deal breaker for you.
You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because
that's a big word.
Yeah, because the thing is when you become an adult, that's part of being an adult.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people
Being accountable
lack that.
for your shit, yeah.
You know, lack that shit. So if you wrong about something, just, hey, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Just that, another. You know what I mean? And so forth. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't get where people, like you said, would just go ahead and keep on lying, never be responsible or accountable for the bullshit they be on. It's like if you was on some bullshit, you know when you was on some bullshit. Just admit to it. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you was doing it intentionally, a lot of times and stuff, I always say this, is if you do something wrong, right, to somebody, but you didn't intentionally do it to that person or whatever, more than likely and stuff, they'll probably forgive you for one, and you could probably end up mending whatever kind of, say, relationship. But if you intentionally out here doing stuff to people, that relationship is probably going to be over with. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times and stuff, you know, people are just going to be like, oh, no, you intentionally did this, that, and other to me. And then that person is probably not going to be accountable for the bullshit. Or they just don't give a damn. You know what I mean? So...
All right, bro, I used to feel like, and tell me what you think of this, sometimes just acknowledging another person's feeling means more than the apology. You can apologize.
Absolutely.
And a motherfucker might be like, all right, but what I've learned as I've aged is to make sure that you acknowledge how you made the person feel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like that to me is the thing that really kick that apology in the high gear. It's one thing to be like, hey man, you know what, man, I'm sorry I did this. It's another thing to say, hey, you know what, I know what I did made you feel this way. I didn't mean to make you feel that way. Shit, you know, you know, I was bothered by it a bit, and I want to acknowledge it, and I want to apologize to you. Like, to me, that's just, that right there oftentimes hit home a different kind of way than just a motherfucker. Because some motherfuckers apologize out here nowadays just to stop the conversation.
Just to apologize, exactly, and stop the conversation. Yeah. But I think that's effective communication, right? Because not only do you have to be able to acknowledge that person's feelings when you apologize, that person needs to be able to tell you how what you did made them feel. Yeah. Because you might not understand it, right? We grew up with different backgrounds. We were raised differently. So what might hurt you might not necessarily be something that hurts me, but it's a trigger for me because of the way I grew up. Yeah. So we need to be able to say, hey, Don, when you said this, it made me feel neglected. It made me feel disrespectful. It hurt me because A, B, C, and D, and get to the root of it. Because if I just tell you it hurt me, but I don't tell you why it hurt me, you're going to do it again, but maybe in a different way. But if I can explain to you, exactly, unintentionally, but if I can explain to you how it made me feel and why it made me feel that way, it's going to...
It'll resonate there. It'll hit differently.
Yeah, it'll hit differently. Exactly. So we have to normalize that open communication, the communication that is communicating to understand and be understood. Not just be right.
And again, going back to this safe space spot, for all you ladies out there that's listening, you got to create a space where a man could come to you and say, hey, listen, that broke my heart. Hey, listen, that right there really upset me, or that hurt my feelings, without going into your homegirl and saying you a bitch ass nigga just because you said something like that.
Right. We got a caller.
All right. Yeah. Welcome to the GAMG, the Big Flex Strongcast. Who do we have on the line?
What up, though? This is Willie.
Damn Willie. We should have known better. What you talking about, Willie, man? What's going on with you?
Not much, man. I was sitting here chiming in, man, and I'm listening. Y'all making a lot of good points. Toy making a lot of good points. Don making a lot of good points. Hey, you is looking real fly in them glasses today, too, man. I don't know what it is, but you must use some different type of cleaner on them or something.
Nah, hell no, man.
Any fog on there. Use any fog.
All right, you know, well, thank you. You know, all right.
No, I was calling in, man, because I was gonna say in a relationship, man, in a past relationship I had, man, my kids' mother, man, we loved each other dear and so much. And once my kids was born, we started getting into a lot of stuff. To break it down, I guess you just have to know who you dealing with. Yeah. To pick your battles. Because there was times we would get into it about stuff that we already discussed, and I couldn't I couldn't figure out why I kept going left.
Yeah.
And then when I would bring it up, you know, it was a whole argument about, oh, you always think you perfect. It's like, no, I don't. It's like, we just discussed this. Well,
That's being
make a long
manipulative.
story short, make a long story short, later on down the line, she got diagnosed with being bipolar after my kids was born.
Damn. Shit.
So, you know, at this point, it was to a point of, do I want to leave or do I want to stay?
Yeah.
And, you know, when you really love somebody, I tried to stay to work it out with her, but it got to the point, man, it just got worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on medication, but it was like when we was all good, she wouldn't take the medication. So as soon as she get into the mood that she wanted to blow up, she would just blow up.
Yeah.
She was using it as an excuse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I could tell the difference.
Yeah.
You know, when she was using the
Medication
medication,
and shit
she was
like
like,
that,
she was like a damn zombie. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, she was new to the diagnosis, so they didn't really know what milligrams to give her. So they was playing with her dosages. And in the meanwhile, I got to play along. I got to get a participation trophy with the doctors for, you know, trying to see what's working and what's not working. Make a long story short, we end up not being together because all kind of stuff started going on. She started threatening to do bodily harm to people, and, you know, it just turned out real bad. She tried to kill her father, stuff like that. So at that point, I was just like, okay, this is my exit, and I need to leave and just raise my kids how I raise them.
Yeah.
But, you know, I really feel like if you're in love with somebody, you need to really actually know that person and know what you're dealing with. That way you can pick and choose your battles. Because half of the times you already know if you say something to somebody, what their response is going to be. If you've been with them long enough.
All right.
So
Yeah, change can be very difficult for people. It's one of the most scariest things on the planet for a lot of people, but a lot of people don't realize it's inevitable.
It is
Shit's
inevitable.
gonna change.
That is
It
a
really
scientific
is.
fact that change is the hardest thing for people to do. This is why I'm such an advocate of mental health. Bipolar isn't something that you just develop one day as an adult. It gets progressively worse or more prominent when you start dealing with real life issues. But this is what I'm talking about when I say, like, talk to your kids, pay attention to your kids. There were probably signs growing up of these two sides of her that just were ignored or punished, or, you know what I mean?
Or people might have been ignorant, not knowing what they was looking at.
Yes, because when we were growing up, it wasn't as talked about as it is now.
Did she smoke weed?
Willie.
yeah,
Did she smoke?
Did she smoke weed?
yeah, she did.
No,
But
no.
it was a chemical imbalance in her. You know what I'm saying?
Now
And
listen.
I understood that.
I don't wanna to any of my weed smokers out there, all right? I'm just gonna say this, because I've had a few conversations on this even more recently, and long and short of this is that I have came to the conclusion that the intention behind why you smoke means more than why you actually smoking it. All right. And so what I mean by that is you do have some people that smoke for recreation, but you do have some people that use it as a form of escapism. All right.
like
Coping
alcohol.
mechanism.
Yeah, coping mechanism, escapism. So I just say that to say that, to me, in my experience, when I've seen people smoke weed that already have some mental health issues, those people can be extremely difficult to be around, and it makes loving them a very, very difficult task. Because you know your patience is pushed to the max. Your respect sometimes is pushed to the max. If they try to get physical, like you find yourself in physical confrontations with them.
Then
it
you
can
find
be very
yourself on
challenging.
edge and shit where you can't.
Yeah, where
relax
you
and
feel
shit.
like you need to roll up with their ass. You
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I asked that question because I know several people that they mix the two.
Yeah.
And that's a lethal combination, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's any
One thing I
mind-altering
realized-
substance.
Yeah.
or mood altering substance, I should say. That's any mood altering substance. So any weed, poly, perk, alcohol, any mood altering substance.
What's poly? I don't know what the fuck that is.
I said Molly or perk.
Oh, Molly. My bad. I was gonna
Molly and perk.
Poly, that's some new shit.
No, Molly and perk. You have to be very careful about that. Like I know for
Walter
me,
White shit.
because my father, God rest his soul, was a functioning alcoholic, and at the end of his lifetime we talked about the why. So I'm very conscious, like if I'm not in a good mood, and I don't drink in excess, but if I'm not in a good mood, I will not even have a glass of wine, because I'm super conscious of the why am I having a drink.
I realized after the relationship had went on, it's like that's how our relationship started out, and that's how we end up, having good times and all that. I had to do some soul searching. I was like, you know what? I fell in love with this person for the wrong reason. Like we was smoking good, and we was loving each other. As soon as I stopped smoking, and everything started changing, because it was like, damn, we got to be high to be around each other. Goddamn. And then I started seeing stuff clearer. Like, okay, when I'm not smoking, I'm seeing all this shit happening. Yep. But if we smoking, we so high, we love each other because we high.
Yeah.
Damn, and then you gotta put on a helmet after y'all finish, because she might
say a helmet without a chin strap.
and listen, you said something, Toya, that brought me to something that I had had learned a while ago, and it was like, when you're really hungry, don't be in a rush to eat something, because a lot of times when you're super hungry, you're gonna grab some junk, all right? Yep. But that also translate into your personal relationships too. When you're not in the best space mentally, it's probably not the best time for you to find love. Yep. Yeah. Because see, what a lot of people do is they go looking for love when they lonely. And now all of a sudden, I always tell my kids this, how emotions lowers intelligence. Even though you might be in a low space, your emotions still may be at a higher level, all right? You got to understand that. That's not a play on words. And so when you in that space, that's not the best time for you to be looking for love.
That's so
because
true.
now you're gonna find yourself making some choices that, you know what I'm saying, might not necessarily benefit you in the long run. But no, good shit, definitely. Not to mention Alzheimer's and dementia too.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah. Good stuff though, man. Good talking to you, bro.
Yeah, all right, Willie.
It, man.
Yeah, well, thanks for calling in, man. We probably holler at you next week. All right, now. Peace. Shit. Hey, look, we didn't even get a chance, man, to tap into the OJ, man. We probably could run this back on.
Save it for next week. This was a good one.
We got to talk about OJ.
Yeah, we got to.
When y'all brought it up, the level of fucking disrespect that I saw on a lot of there were a lot of people that, and I know this is gonna start shit, but there were a lot of people that were speaking about OJ's death in the context of, he was guilty. I heard a woman on the news say, yeah, listen, after he killed her, he had all this. And like, whoa, wait a minute.
All I'm going to say is, look.
When the fuck did we just start
I'm going to say is
saying somebody fucking guilty? What the fuck?
Mark Furman in the trial. That was the head detective, head police officer, right? The head witness. Where he got on the stand and the judge asked him several questions pertaining to, was his testimony that he gave for that case, was it truthful? He looked at his lawyer that was standing, not even say a foot away from him. Lawyer looked at him. I would like to say the Fifth Amendment.
Get the
So he was lying. If you look at it's videos. Yeah. I don't know if y'all remember this back in the day.
Bro, that trial was about 389 goddamn days.
Okay, listen, that was the longest trial on Earth.
Then the judge asked him this. He said, did you plant or do anything to the evidence and just that? He looked at his lawyer again. I would like to say, go ahead and invoke my Fifth Amendment right. That's what it was all about. So it's a whole lot of,
I love it. And listen, here's another thing. If you know anything about people who can get into that, whether it be contract killing and all the other kind of shit.
Exactly.
it is real easy to kind of throw somebody under the bus and walk away, and they say, like, we didn't put the heat on that motherfucker. Now listen, I'm not about to sit up here and say that I know all the intricate details, but again, at the end of the motherfucking day, the man was not convicted. Yeah. So to have a full-fledged discussion and call him a fucking killer and all this other shit. I'm talking about these journalists.
Even listen, that's just fucking respectful. In his death. And that's the part that I have a problem with. Yeah. While he's living, you know, that happened so long ago.
OJ
while
probably
he's living,
slapped one of them motherfuckers.
if you want to say, I think he's guilty, if he didn't do it himself, he had something to do with it, or he knew who did it, or whatever the case may be. While he's living, okay, that's your opinion. We talk about it during the time that it's out here. Yeah. But why is this overshadowing this man's death?
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's the part that I have a problem with. Let this man rest in peace. Let his family mourn in peace. Why are we drudging this back up in his death?
Because this shit was an industry. You know how many people made money off of that whole ordeal? You know what I'm saying? So
Pretty
you had
much.
damn near everybody that was involved wrote a book, right? It was an industry. It was big money that was being made off of that.
Televised every fucking day. That shit. Yeah. I think, and somebody need to fact check this. I know I said 389. If I'm not mistaken, I think that OJ trial went for damn near 400 fucking days. If I'm not, or 400
it went from,
more days.
So it began on June 12th. Actually, on my wife's birthday, June 12th, 1994, and the trial itself ended sometime in October the next year, 1995. Right? So you got to imagine all that publicity it got for that whole year,
16
year
months.
plus, right? Then, like I said, all the books that was written, right? All the guest appearances everybody was making and stuff like that. It was an industry. You know what I'm saying? Just in general. I wouldn't be surprised to say that so much money was probably being made, just in LA alone.
Oh, of course.
Just because of that trial.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So, you know, and some of the details about it was as far as, you know, Ronald Goldman's who got killed too. Like, it was two people at his job and stuff like that. One of them got killed the same way that they did, like, prior to them getting killed. Another person that got shot and killed in the parking lot. And then, so it was like, once you start looking at the evidence, even say the droplets and stuff like that or whatever. So now you had, say, OJ, right? You know, they was planting evidence and stuff like. The truth doesn't need all that. You know what I mean? So it's like if somebody actually did it, and then they had him looking like he was the super nigga. Let's be real. You know what I mean? Like Ronald Goldman himself, you know what I'm saying, was 6'3". He was a model in hell of a shape, right? OJ and shit he was older. His knees and stuff like that, you know, bad knees, bad back, stuff like that. So now you mean to tell me that you're going to go ahead and kill, you able to kill two people in that kind of condition,
well,
right?
They said it had to be two people.
Yeah. So look, he had one cut on his hand. They said that he actually went to the police station prior to them, like, when I say prior, but he went to the police station willingly to give, say, samples of his blood and stuff like that the cut came from. He hit a glass when he found out or something that his ex-wife was killed. So it was just all this kind of, and it was like, the glove did, hey, look, the famous
if
line.
It don't fit, you must acquit.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? So
If it don't fit,
it must acquit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So if you just look at the evidence, and then I'm going to say this. If you didn't learn anything, if, you know, say, watching this case, if you're too young, watch this case if you can. This is what competent legal representation look like. So if you out there in the streets or whatever the case might be, this is what competent legal representation look like. And the whole thing is, the whole system itself was mad at competent legal representation for a melanated man in this situation. You know what I'm saying? It was that. Hey, we got OJ messing around with these white women. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
So they felt like, hey, this was a double whammy. And if you ask people to this day, I mean, most people that I ask that's Caucasian or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He guilty than a motherfucker. But most black people, you know what I'm saying, be like, nah, look at the evidence. The evidence don't say that he was guilty. Even if, you know what I'm saying? Even if he wasn't guilty. So
yeah, a lot of fuckery involved. Yeah, we got to touch on that.
We gonna touch back on this next week, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we want to make sure y'all call in at area code 313-266-2811. But episode 58, man, we definitely gonna be tapping in. So once again, y'all, we about to go ahead and get on out this thing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Share it out. Like. Subscribe if you haven't before, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to everybody that's been following us for a long time, and y'all.
Yeah, we been getting the numbers up, man. I've been watching some of the analytics and shit like that.
Analytics.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's a big word.
Yeah, analytics, you know what I'm saying?
Be kind.
Be kind, all right?
Be kind, be mindful, respect your kids, and talk to your kids.
All right, y'all. Hey, look, shout out to Dr. Ruckus, shout out to Say Toya, shout out to Snipes, shout out to my goddamn self.
Q.
You did your own.
Hey, look at my glasses again and shit.
Cheek on too.
All right.
Yikes.
All right, y'all. We're going to flex this thing on out, y'all, like this. Peace, y'all.